Be making basics.
What's going on, YouTube? Be Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because we're going back to back with bangers. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to arrange your beats for artists. We're going to be going into detail on, hey, how to know what to take out your beats to make room for the artist's voice and stuff like that. What's too much to take out and what's not enough, etc., etc., etc. But before we go into the video, man, make sure you head over to my website, beatmakingbasics.com, and cop yourself a full video course. These full video courses come with a whole curriculum, and it's going to help you save a whole lot of time learning how to make beats on your own, either in Logic Pro or in GarageBand. So make sure you check that out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Basically, I had this loop here that I've been building, and I'm gonna let you kind of hear some of it. So that's the beat. First thing I would say always when it comes to arranging is you just want to start off by making sure you have all your tracks properly labeled. So you want to go through here and make it easy to know what you got going here. Simple names, you know what I'm saying, and make it simple for people to, or for you or a mixing engineer or whatever, whoever's going to be using the track to know what's going on here. So I'm going to say this is melody 1, A, 1B. I don't know what this one is. Say pad. I think this is a choir right here. Okay, so now we'll be ready to actually cook this up and do everything. So I'm just gonna do a couple of extra things here. Command J to join these together. These right here are actually like step sequencer tracks. So if you push Control, Option, Command, and the letter M, that's gonna convert it to MIDI files. You might ask, why would you want to do that? It's not 100% necessary, but if I wanted to, change up some things, I can, have more control to do it in the MIDI or the piano roll. But anyway, here we go. I'm gonna push Command A to highlight it. If you push Shift, Option, and the letter N, that's gonna name everything that's here. Simple enough. I'm gonna go ahead and resave this track as DUT2 and clean up some stuff as well. And then I like to go ahead and organize my beats where I have the drums at the top and then the melody and stuff like that at the bottom. So that's what we're gonna do. And now that everything is, in place, now this is how we're gonna, want to decide what's gonna be in the track. Now, obviously, you're gonna have all of your drums, right? But one thing I was gonna say is, like, when it comes to artists, you want to keep things super simple. It's one thing that we do as producers is overproduce the record. So I recommend having 1 or 2 melodies going at any point in time in the beat. So especially during like the verses, you can have like little accent pieces and stuff like that. But during the verses, you want to have like maybe 1 or 2 melodies going. And sometimes you might not even have a melody; it might just be drums. So I'll just show you how we would just go ahead and start arranging this track, at least the way I like to do it. So I start off with everything muted out, and then I have my loop here. I'll just go ahead and highlight it, and if I push Command R several times, that's gonna extend the loop out. So you feel me? From there, the first thing we're gonna work on is like your intro. So it's probably gonna just be something simple, like you have your melody and maybe 1 drum element. So you could either have it starting off with a 808 and a melody. So let's say that's how we wanted to start off. Obviously, you have all these other tracks here. Now you can do one or two things. You can take these tracks and highlight them and delete them, or you can push Control M to mute it. This is the route that I like to take more than not, just because, like, say if I change my mind on something, I can always come back over here and then unmute it by pushing Control M. So that's how I do that, and I just have a process of like having things muted, unmuted, then finalize it. So let's just go through here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and make this an 8-bar intro. Cool. So that's what we're gonna do for our intro. Again, I'm just gonna take these other tracks here and finalize it. Again, what you can do is delete it if you want to, if that helps you out, just to be able to see what's what. But I like to, push Control M and mute it. And now we have our beat here. Now for the hook, I'm probably not gonna bring in too many instruments, but we'll bring in this second melody part. Okay, obviously gonna bring in this kick and the snare. And then I'm also going to want the beat to build somewhat. So I have these other accent pieces here. And actually these second melody, I'm just going to mute those out, because I might not even use it in the beat. But if I do, maybe as an outro or a bridge or something like that. So let's just go ahead and play this again. So yeah, the key to this is always having something building, and basically that's what I got going on here. So like the intro's building, starts off sparse, starts building up, and then we have the hook. Hook has almost everything in it, but I still have it building. It's because this pad sound is like cut out, and then it comes back in here. So pretty much for the verse, right, it's gonna be a 16. I know that I'm not gonna put this choir or that pad in here, so that makes it simple. And what you can do is you can take your loop and put it over the first part of it, just to kind of get what your beat will sound like. Now, a simple way to do this, especially if you have like a melody 1, which is like 1 octave, and then you just took it and upped it another octave for the melody 2, or the melody B, like which is what I did. This makes it simple because now I can literally come over here and swap these melodies out. So like for the first half of the beat, have this melody 1A, then second half melody 1B. So let's check that out. And I also like to drop the kick. Maybe drop even the snare, stuff like that, and even have it building here as well. You can also go ahead and cut out a melody part and just have nothing but drums going. That also helps. So let's just check this out. I'm gonna play the beat all the way from, we'll just play it from the hook. That's pretty much what it is, man. But like you see here, for these verses, I'm really keeping everything simple. I don't have the pad and the choir going on during the verses. I literally just have 1, or like I said, 2 melodies going at a time. And that's going to be the key, is just kind of keep things super, super simple. A key in this as well. Like for instance, I got my first verse already laid out and my second um, chorus, so I could just push Command R, and literally now I pretty much have something I can doctor up here on this second verse. And what I can do is literally, just to make this simple, just reverse what I did over here. So instead of having the verse 2 start off with melody 1A, it will start off with melody 1B. That type of vibe. So, and then you can also do some other stuff here where you can have this guy come in at different points. So let's check out how that sounds. Cool. Technically, with today's music, I could go ahead and end the beat, but I'm gonna add like a third verse vibe here. Um, and what I want to do now is I can come over here and just do something completely different. I have this other melody. It's kind of a how do you say the word? All right. Anyway, I'm not going to even try to mess that up that bad. It's just basically sounds kind of similar to this, but it's different. Different. All right, we're gonna leave it alone. But what I want to do is I would go ahead and unmute these, and maybe might do something where just cut this out and just have nothing but the 808 going, or like really the 808 hasn't stopped the whole beat, but we can do something like this to kind of mix it up. You saw pretty much what I did at the end here. I just pretty much took a little part of the beginning and then pretty much made it fade out here in a sense. I had the 808, both melodies, and then just the melody at the end. Since this is an audio file, I'll just go ahead and push T. We'll take just the fade tool. I'll just put a little fade on it. And I'm going to take this playhead, put it to the very end. Like I said, y'all, you want to make sure that you go ahead and check out my website, beatmakingbasics.com. The information I'm sharing in the courses, man, I'm telling you, it's going to really help you save a whole lot of time. Here on the channel, it's great. I put out a lot of tips and stuff like that, but it's highly focused on the courses, so you don't have to necessarily jump around and different things like that. You'll own the course. You can pretty much go back to it whenever you want. Highly recommend you doing that, or even booking a one-on-one with me. Invest in yourself so you can, save some of the steps that you would have to take, trying to learn it on your own. But I'll leave you with a few more tips before we end this. It's gonna be like when it comes to like fills, drum fills and stuff like that. You want to add some of those in here into your track. Some of this stuff too could just be where you might cut out certain parts of the beat, go one measure before it goes to the hook, take out the hi-hats, maybe on one. Something simple like that. Maybe on the other another part, you take out the hi-hats and maybe everything else except for like your 808 and everything. See how that sounds. So you just adding different variations to everything. Maybe you might just have do like that. And then too, I like to add certain things as well. Let me do that on this too. We'll take out the hi-hats. Certain things I like to do as well is like maybe add like some type of drum feel. You can go and grab a sample and throw it in there, or you can come over here and just add it in. So go to MIDI, you can go with a default patch here. Go to your drums, electronic drum kit. Got some dope little sounds on these. So we can use this. You can choose any type of like feels that you want. Just go through the drums and see what you like. Simple, but you can even change it up a little bit. So just playing different little feels here. You can go ahead and highlight everything. I like to put it over on a 1/16 swing A. Now you got that. Oh yeah, and this is gonna add just a different little element to your beat. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it for the tips for the day. Make sure that you go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. Head over to the website, beatmakingbasis.com. Check out what we got going on over there. Invest in something and take your beats to the next level, man. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you in the next video. We're out.